Hi everyone. Welcome to Tuesday, December 3rd. I'm here all by myself right now. Dunn's running a little late. Don't know where Xavier is, and I am here on my own, as would be. Memet did definitely go off today, which is what I'm so excited to talk about today. It was a really uneventful, extremely lackluster show. So I'm just gonna go with it until one of the boys comes and hangs out with us. It is a solo mo show for right now. For right now, just for right now. It'll probably be better. I don't know, a little bit later. We'll see. I am bereft of words. I have nothing to say. Um, I don't know if I told you guys. I didn't tell Dennis this. I meant to tell him when we got on air. But do you remember when I was driving down here and I hit a deer? So, so my car went into the shop, and I just got word today that it's a what's it called when it's a complete, like, it's just totaled. It's a complete, they don't want to repair it, is basically what the story is. They said that the damage was much deeper than what they thought, and it is beyond repairable for the price that I paid for the car. So I'm devastated. And you may or may not know this, but from the hurricane that was here, I also lost my car here. So every car I own, which is 2 cars, that my cars are now gone, which is psychotic to me. Like I can't, and I'm like, what do you mean you can't fix it? Here, I hit a fucking deer. I hit a deer. It's like, oh well, there's a lot more damage than we thought, and it's really not repairable. And so, like that. So yeah, so it's been one of those kind of days, whatever. Uh just shit happens. I mean, when you get that stupid phone call and it's like, "Hey, this is so and so from Progressive, and just so you know, we've determined that your car is I don't even know what the word is I'm looking for, unfixable, and there's nothing we can do about it. So you need to come here and pick up your stuff in the car." And it's like the loss of a friend. It's like, I don't even want to go. I don't even want to. And it drove perfectly literally the whole rest of the 1,000 miles. It drove with no issue whatsoever. And the fact that they don't want to replace a headlight and maybe some damage on the side for something that runs beautifully is shocking to me. It's just shocking. So I'm kind of in a crappy mood tonight, and can I get a second opinion? That's a very good question. I don't think so, because I think the shop I had to bring it to is the one that the Progressive people told me to bring it to, and so then the shop tells them that it's not worth repairing, but it's literally a 2018 car with less than 40,000 miles on it, and it's devastating. It's really, really devastating. And the problem is, it was a really nice car, and it was a German car, and it had really, really nice trunk space and whatever for when I come down here. And now I have to replace it, and they'll only give me the value of what the car would be worth today. And yeah, it's just one of those. Got take the insurance and fix it out of pocket. Can you do that, Jack? No, I'm not even joking. Can that be done? I don't know how this works. Like, I don't know what I should do about this. So if you're telling me that you can do that, I'd be really, really. Oh, I didn't know that you can do that. So can I actually take the car back? Like, I'm gonna make a note here. Mhm. Yeah, how could they find it beyond repairable? I have a picture of it. I'll see if I can show it to you guys so that you can see what the damage looks like, and they said to me that, well, the damage is it's a little bit more than, what we thought before we opened it up. And here, I'm going to show it to you right now. Hold on, let me send it to myself so you guys can see it. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, here's my damage. So let me show this to you. Oh, I have to hit it. There's my damage. So yeah, I hit a fucking deer, and that's the entirety. That's the entirety of my damage. So yeah, and it drove perfectly, like I said. They like no issue whatsoever. It was just a little, and the headlight even went on, like the headlight went on. So yeah, that's the entirety of my damage. And this beautiful car that I love so much is now as good as gone. I know I can get it. I know. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. So what do I do? You tell me. I don't know. It's just exactly, they can't fix it. So I don't know what to say. It's more damage than they thought is what I'm being told. But this is literally all the damage. It drives like it's a beautiful car. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough. I just know, I mean, it was just a really kind of weird thing. They approved. Okay, I know what they approved. The estimate to fix this repair this was $8,000, which was approved. And so when I brought it in, because those headlight things are like ridiculously expensive. So when I brought it in, they said, yeah, it's more than that. How many miles on the car? Less than 4. It's like 39.5 or something like that. What engine? What? Let me see. I'm trying to read what you guys are saying here. Did the engine get? No, the engine did not get pushed. Nothing happened. This is literally, I'm telling you, I hit the deer and the deer trampled off into the woods. And yes, was I going, 80 miles an hour? Probably. Sure. Was the car was? I know, and I'm still in shock over this because I just found out about it. Oh, what's this? A violation. What are you talking about? A violation has been detected. What is this? What is that, you guys? What is this violation? What is this terms of service? I'm literally talking about my car. Like, what is that? Somebody that's doing this to me? Guys, seriously, what is that? I don't know what the YouTube notification is. I might be taking crazy pills. I seriously might be taking crazy pills. Scribro saying it's fake. Is that okay? Okay. So yeah, this is what's going on for me, and I'm not really sure what to do. Mo, get some duct tape. You're good to go. Yeah, I know. Wouldn't you just drive this car? Just like, who gives a shit? Seriously, it's just kind of like a weird thing. That was weird, right? What just happened there? Yeah, here. This is like weird. It came up 3 times. Here it is. A violation has been detected. If you find our AI generated algorithm to be in the wrong, then please review our TOS agreement. I don't know what that means, but yeah, whatever. ID, keep asking how many miles. It has like 39,000 miles on it. And it's a beautiful car. But I don't know what to do. If you're telling me that I can use it, then yeah, I will. So yeah. All right, that's what I got going on. And yeah, I'm really sad about it. So there's that. All right, let's start this little shit show, and we'll see where it gets us. Okay. Oh, I'm devastated, you guys. I really am. I really can't get over this, and I'm really upset about it. But and I lost my car down here, so kind of everything. That's it. All right, let's move. Start of the show. It was a really horrible show until Memet walked in, and Memet, as usual, just tortured everybody. And it's amazing to me that they fall for it every time, and they just kind of listen to him and try to make excuses for their incredible sloth and laziness. And I love everything about it. So I think Memet starts maybe about 12 clips in, 13 clips in. So I'll start. Hopefully Dennis will catch us up with what I've missed up until that. I don't know if the deer is okay, Jack, and that's not even funny because, I'm losing a car right now. If you guys, seriously, I don't know how this works. If you're telling me I could physically go and pick up my car, then I would do so. I just don't know. Okay, 39,000, fix it. Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, it was approved for 8,000 and they're saying that's not enough. I used to have a really nice car and the headlight blew on it. And I remember when I went in to get it fixed, they wanted $6,000 to replace the entirety of the headlight component. And I wound up selling the car. And, shame on me. This is what I get. I buy, cars that are kind of on the pricier side, and you get fucked for it because that's what they do. The car is totally drivable. It's totally drivable. It's a totally great car. All right. But it doesn't have a headlight. And what if I get caught? What if I get busted for that? What do I do? All right, let's continue. Let's start the show. Here's the start. And the start of the show is all about Botox for some bizarre reason. So we're going to talk about that to begin with. So here we go.
I can't believe how many young people are doing Botox. It's crazy in this country. What country's gone mad?
When did you find out about people using Botox?
Well, I have a friend, a guy friend, but a gay guy, and he started doing it in his 20s. He calls it preventative. And I'm like, dude, really? Preventative? What? That's not recommended to start shooting your face with that shit when you're
well, it's
a young
recommended
man.
by people who make a living doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's not true, number one. Number two, I remember when I was in my 30s and I went to my dermatologist and I asked if I can get Botox. And he said, "Oh, sweetie, you should have started with me 10 years ago. It's now it's just going to, just fix things, but you should have started preventatively." And they all are on the same page with that. And so that's the way it works. Back at the ranch, you guys, back at the mother effing ranch, let me show you this. So there was a big thing, talk about Botox. It's like a whole thing going on, like something really weird going on with women and their reconstructive surgery and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you a picture that I saw today of Donatella Versace. And if you don't know who she is, she's Gianni Versace's sister. And she took over the entirety of the Versace name and the brand and the whole thing when he was murdered by that dude down in Miami, which was kind of crazy. So check this out. The entirety of the internet was a buzz about this today. This picture is from her being at some premiere or some shit or another, like yesterday or the day before. This is legitimately what she normally looks like. So we are talking like some substantial work has been had here, my friends. So she changed her hair color. She got less harsh. I don't think she did her lips, but she definitely got her face pulled back a little bit. It's very weird where you see I'm not going to scrutinize the shit out of her, but where you see her hairline goes from here down to this Cro-Magnon brow line that she has compared to where her brow line is now. So I don't know. Methinks that she had some massive reconstructive work done. I be honest, she looks amazing, and I can't believe she didn't do this sooner, to be honest with you. God knows she has enough money to, you know, to kill a small Peruvian village. But this is okay, that's what she was looking like. See, look how brutella she was before. But this is the power of plastic surgery these days, my friends. This is what you can get. You can get somebody who really looked like she came from prehistoric times and now looks stunning. Just as a sidebar to this, let me just show you her daughter. Her daughter, Tella Versace. Learn how to spell. Daughter Allegra. So really kind of runs in the family that they all have kind of like these really fucked up issues. Like she's incredibly anorexic, and she that's the look we got going now. Hopefully she's gotten her shit together, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. She owns part of the Versace name as well. So yeah, they're incredibly wealthy, and they've always looked like shit. So there's that. All right, let's move on to Snurch. Sorry to digress a little bit, but it's my show and I'm by myself, so I'm going to do what I want. I don't care. Yeah, so Howard's really curious about it because apparently he listened to something about Meghan Trainor and how Meghan Trainor is upset with all the work that she's had done. And here, let's look at Meghan Trainor. So apparently, here's Meghan Trainor. So apparently this chick, she's had a lot of work done, and apparently the Botox is a big part of her life. And here, Meghan Trainor says she got too much Botox and cannot smile anymore. So that's kind of what she looks like. And she got something called a lip flip, which is when you have really thin lips. What they do is they take like your top of your lip and they hang on, I'll show you. What they do is they take the top of your lip and like this, and they inject you like underneath here. And so that when it finally like fixes itself, it kind of like comes up like this. Like that. Anyway, that's a lip flip, but most people who get that, they really can't talk. It's quite true. So Howard ponders how people have time for this.
First of all, who has time when you're 30 years old to be getting Botox treatments? I was hustling, man, when I was 30. I was trying to figure out how do I make a living and how do I make my way in the world. Botox. I didn't have time for that.
Who doesn't have time for Botox? What is it? Like a 10, 15-minute procedure? I mean, people have time for Botox, you big idiot. And the fact that he would think about this and start talking about it as if it was something like really severe. And, Robin saying how like offensive it is and everybody looks like fake and unnatural and whatever. Does he not realize that 99% of the people that he works with and talks to and is friends with out in the Hamptons have had Botox done? Like seriously, probably 100%. 100% of the people that he speaks to on a daily basis have had Botox without question. From Bon Jovi to, all those other like stupid idiots that do this. So it's kind of amazing to me that he would say this. He also doesn't have time to color his hair, which is kind of weird. We were talking about this extensively yesterday. Let's talk about that a second.
Start to put this product in your hair to make it look. Who's gonna? First of all, a guy my age walking around with a little gray looks normal. I mean, what do you?
No, you're so cute. So you're 71 years old. A guy your age should be walking around with a substantial amount of gray hair, not a little gray hair, a substantial amount of gray hair. There is nobody your age in this world. Like seriously, there's nobody in the pop culture world who's your age who's not gray at this point, like fully gray. So you're an
What do you
idiot.
talk about? And then you're a slave to it. Then you got to keep it up and, color
Right.
your
You got
hair.
to worry about your roots and all that stuff.
I don't have time for that.
Okay.
I remember yesterday I'm walking around. I clearly had to move my
Oh, okay. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have time. Right. Here we go.
to move them. They just got to wait.
You kept going.
I'm walking around. I don't have time for that. I remember yesterday I'm walking around. I clearly had to move my bowels. And I was just like, I'm too busy to move them. They just got to wait.
You kept going.
I kept going. I was in the middle of 20 different things.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know what to say. I'm just here to play the clips for you, my friends. I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is where we're at. Yes, of course he has time to pick away at the guitar. Of course he has time to journal. Who journals at 71? What is he, 72 now? I'll be 72. Who journals at this age? He literally is an emo 14-year-old at this point, still jealous of everybody, still, harboring like horrible feelings for everybody who has wronged him in life. It's kind of crazy. And honestly, when you have to shit, don't you just like shit? Like seriously, he was home. It's not like he was doing anything of any note, but when you got to go, you just fucking go. So of course, then Robin has to throw in her 2 cents about Botox and let us know about her alleged friends. And she has no friends. You know that. So let's listen.
Well, I know one night I was at dinner with a bunch of people from Los Angeles.
Who, Robin?
And all night I was saying, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong.
All night.
And the next day I thought about it and I said, nobody's face was moving.
Yeah.
Because everybody had Botoxed. And so they couldn't smile and their top lip didn't move. And all night I was like, something's wrong here. Something's wrong with everybody's face. What's going on?
Oh, did you really say that? Did you really go out to Los Angeles and eat with a whole bunch of people who all had like frozen faces? Did you ever see everybody who comes into your office there in New York? Did you see if I can share just the other day who literally cannot move her face? Like cannot move her face. How are you talking like this? How are you talking like this when Howard was just in the studio with Cher? Like this is the person. How are you talking about this when this is the person that was just in the studio with him who cannot move her face? Her face is frozen solid. So, you talk about people who have Botox. She has had everything done. So you were talking about everybody you know, you stupid fuck. Everybody you know is like this. Oh, God, it's so annoying. Hey, just real quick, here's a picture of Kristen Christie, who actually has crazy eyes. I just, I threw it up here just because I was just looking at that stupid thing about that stupid Hallmark movie that they did. Thank you to everyone who watched the movie, and thank you to my awesome husband that I was able to wear. And thank you to my awesome husband that I was able to wear an Eagles jersey in a Chiefs movie. Pick of the set where I am showing my Eagles Super Bowl ring in front of Arrowhead. I don't even know why, LOL. We're better than the Chiefs here. So yeah, that's this chick who, is that married Richard Christie, just so you know. All right, I digress, as always. Let us move on. Sorry, I'm digressing. I don't have anybody to bounce off of, so I'm just going to blather incoherently for the next hour and a half. Why are you giving me money, Ida? Stop it. To be totally transparent, I have to confess, I have Botox in my foot. So do I. Hello. I've been doing Botox since I'm, I don't know, 34, 35. It's okay. It's okay to have Botox. You can always tell when I haven't had my Botox, just so you know. So the way it works is I usually don't get it. How often do you get it, Ida? I'm just curious because I don't get it that often because I only get it when I'm down here in Florida. So I'll usually do it once as soon as I get here. So last month, right? So I did it about a month ago, and I won't do it again until March or April. And yeah, and then I'll go through the summer, and then that's it. But you could tell I've just gotten it because see when I raise my eyebrows, it's the way it's supposed to be. It's not like I'm frozen in time. It's not like I have snarky eye or anything like that. It's just that's what it does. It's okay. I get it done every 6 months. Yeah, 4 to 6 months. Yeah, that's the way it works. That's the way it's supposed to be. And you know what? Who cares? There is nothing in the world. There's nothing more important for a woman than self-care. Nothing at all. And I live for that. I live for self-care. I live for, getting my nails and toes done and doing all like the fun stuff. And yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. What's $500? Oh, that's how much you pay? So I usually wait until he does these summer deals where you can buy, I don't know how many units for, you get like 1.5 units. I don't even know how many I use. I usually just get like the forehead, like right here. And then they just do my eyes like right here in this space. I one time got Juvederm done in here and I looked like it was horrible before I started the show. It was horrible. So I don't do anything down here anymore because, what are you going to do? All right, let's move on. So some dude calls in, and again, I don't have the notes in front of me because I'm sorry, I'm not really even paying attention to myself. But they were talking about plastic surgery, and this guy called in who does a lot of boob jobs and stuff like that. And then Howard had this question.
Asking what you think. I'm coming to you for a night. Let's say I'm going to transition, and I want a nice C or D cup. Yep. What are you going to stick in me? You're going to give me. I'm going to say I don't know. What do you think? Saline or the other stuff?
Oh my goodness, who's here? Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
I was a little I didn't hear.
Yeah, I know. It's been a really busy day.
Okay, in a good way.
Oh, everything's super good.
Okay.
But it's been freaking hospital bureaucracy and shit. Yeah, but yeah.
How are you feeling?
Oh, a little tired, but good.
Good. We were just talking about Botox, and we were talking about something I didn't tell you about because I didn't speak to you. But do you remember the car that I bought? The one that I drove home and then drove down here and hit a deer?
Yes.
I heard from the insurance company today that they said it's they're considering it a total loss.
What?
Yeah. I can't. Can you imagine?
No,
me neither. They're saying it's a loss, babe. I'm beside myself. I'm beside myself. Like I don't even know what to do. I'm freaked out. And dudes on here are saying you can actually take the car back. If they consider it a loss, then you can take possession of it and get it fixed yourself.
Doug?
I don't know that, but
No.
I'll look into it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, good. I'm happy to hear from you. And not that you can tell me what happened in the show either, but we're talking about Botox and Howard's talking about, what kind of titties would the plastic surgeon put into him if he was transitioning. So that's
Oh, Jesus Christ.
well, and you came at just the right time.
Aren't I suffering enough?
No, you're not, because what you didn't hear and what everybody on the thread today said to like, Jesus Christ, I don't even want to hear any of this. What you didn't hear is the whole thing that he was talking about Botox, which was my first 5 clips, was so that they can lead into none other than whole tox, which was their
Oh, Jesus.
big.
Really?
I don't get it.
I have a question. Are these shows even necessary at this point? I mean, honestly.
I feel committed to the end of this contract.
Yeah, you know what?
This type of show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes. I've been blathering by myself for the last half hour just about random and sundry things, including my car and Botox. So yeah.
Can we just establish the dude's ugly? He's clearly homosexual.
No,
He
but
clearly.
no, we're
he
gonna
cl-
move on, though. We're gonna move on from that because we're gonna go into whole talks because you need.
No, do we have to? Seriously, do we have to?
Yeah, just one clip. You just need to know. You just need to.
Jesus Christ, get it over with.
Okay, so I have to give you the build up for it. So he was talking about Botox. He went into.
Sorry, I'm trying to unplug the thing that's keeping me alive right now, rather than listen to this.
All right, Jared. All right, Jared.
Oh no, I'm no Jared.
I'm just gonna give you a sound of the doctor so that you can hear what.
Just play it, please.
Oh my God. Okay.
Seriously, just play it.
Scope kind of just looks like a little tube, but has a piece that comes out. So that allows for insertion.
Right.
And then when you're in there, you pull it out and you'll see the internal sphincter wrap around the tip of this.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's a little cold.
Anal scope is now being inserted into Joe.
Okay. So
You're killing me. You are effing killing me with this crap.
Hey, you came here. You came here by choice. Okay. This is what I had to.
Oh yeah, but honestly, this litany of freaking a year's worth of just really gratuitous of anal freaking whatever with this guy. It's too much, man.
Yes. Okay. So
I mean, he wants to be a shock jock, but this is just come on, bro.
Gross. But as we found out, Richard Christie actually also got it done. And
of
do you
course.
remember the Instagram that we had seen where he was at the doctor's office?
Yeah.
So they looked at his ass tag, and here, fun fact for all you boys who might have an ass tag, and you probably know that you do because hopefully you wash back there and you feel around and you know that you have like an ass tag. So the doctor today, the whole talks doctor, said that a lot of men have these little ass tags because that could be just the leftover remain from a hemorrhoid that you had. And then the hemorrhoid went away, but the ass tag remains. So that's what happens when, you push too hard and you get a little tag. You happy with that?
Oh, bro, I'm questioning every decision I've made in my life right now.
Come on. Internally, you're smiling. Internally.
No. It
Okay.
makes me think that you don't want to show host right now.
Oh, come on. I love that you came on. Okay, so I'm moving on. Look at me.
Move on then.
I'm moving. So then I don't know. Chris Wilding is talking about like gay sword fighting, and
Of course.
And of course, Howard has to have a story because there's always a story. So here we go. And of course, here we go.
Oh, Sal and I did it on the show before, Howard. I don't know if you remember.
There was a lot of, I remember when I was a young boy, there was a lot of my friends who wanted to
A lot of my friends, okay?
sword fight, and I knew that wasn't my thing. First of all, I'll lose every time. Like if I have a sword fight, I barely can get my weapon out of my underpants.
So, show of hands. I know we are predominantly men in the chat. I would like to really, really know whether or not men as boys.
No.
And be honest, we don't know who any of you are, except some of you.
No.
Okay. In the chat, men, did you ever have a lot of your friends who wanted to sword fight? I need to know. I just need to know if this is something that exists. It doesn't exist in women. It's not like we have, Titty Tuesdays where we whip them out and whip out our nipples at each other. But is that a big thing for boys to sword fight when you're a kid? Look, everybody. No. Never had a sword fight. Not a chance. No. So, yeah, I don't even understand. I don't even understand how that's even a concept by which a conversation is made. All right. So then a caller calls in. A lot of calls today about people that are having.
Okay, first of all,
Mm.
it's lazy show filler.
Yes.
Rather than coming up with creative content that's somewhat humorous or entertaining,
Yes.
he just goes to the
Lowest common
grossness,
denominator.
and
Yes.
he projects with some sort of unfulfilled sexual fantasy that he has.
Yes. Yes. This
That's
is all.
all this is. It's nothing deeper than that.
Yeah, this
This is
whole.
like as deep as a puddle.
They started promoting this in September. In September, it is not December 3rd or whatever it is. That's so this bit went on for about 15, 20 minutes. Anyway, so then a bunch of calls are coming in today about relationship issues. And of course, who better to speak to relationship issues than Howard and Robin? But this
A forever single old hag and a dude with a gold digger for a wife. Sure.
but listen to what the caller says here. This is pretty
And I finally put my foot down. I said, I don't want it like that. You know what I mean? I want the real passion, the fire. I listen to you and Beth, honestly, and I get jealous. I'm like, that's what I want, you know?
Oh, you should see the passion and fire in that room.
That's what I want. I want the passion and fire that you and Beth have. It's like,
It's
is it?
you got to be literally mentally retarded to not figure out the situation there.
Now that Trump is going back in office,
Literally,
retarded again.
she compensates by having 8,000 cats
And
that he
10,000.
pretends to nurse.
She shops. That's what she does.
Are you fucking kidding me?
She shops. All right, now enough with the F word. Be nice. I know that you're in a company.
Yeah. You know what? If you can do whole whatever, I can do an F word once in a while. Sorry.
Whole talks.
You had a choice. You had a choice of getting me on. So there you go.
Whole talks. So then Ronnie comes in and Howard wants to know about something that he got for his birthday this year and proceeds to let us know. Ronnie. And then I'm going to show you.
8,000-year-old Ronnie is talking about birthday gifts.
Yes, here I'm going to show you what he got too. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
What'd she get you?
A NASCAR simulator.
Jesus.
Wow.
Something you can sit in your house and simulate road racing? Wow.
Yeah, it's a whole deal. It's awesome. It's amazing. Like all the race car drivers use it to practice to keep their skills up and stuff like that. She got in touch with.
No, he's sitting.
Yeah. It's much more detailed than a video game.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're actually sitting in a car seat, and there's like
and it moves, and you feel
wraparound screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, isn't that neat?
Okay. Just throwing it out there. This is and did you all happen to see from yesterday's show? I posted this on X because I just can't get over. Let me see. I'm up on Kristen Christie, but I cannot get over. Hang on a second. I cannot get over this. I still can't get over this. I'm sorry. I cannot get over the fact that this mongrel is wearing a $1,500 sweater to work. Like I just can't get over it.
Who is? I can't see.
Oh, Jonathan Blitt.
Oh, can we stop with this guy? Can we please stop? Jesus Christ.
Hey, listen.
I mean, clearly the dude's a trust fund dude. Clearly the guy is like whatever. Can we stop it?
But how is it okay that your employees are wearing $1,500 stupid ass sweaters? Super gay, by the way. I might be slightly jealous.
Because Howard doesn't know the difference between a $1,500 sweater and a freaking $2 sweater.
He doesn't know.
Unless John Hine walks in, oh, he's wearing a blah, 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 blah.
We're going to get to today because Memet was just brutal with them again today. It was just quite delicious to behold. It really
Another nutnick.
Yeah, no, but he was really like,
Another nutnik. Cool.
spewing those like truth bombs.
Just,
It was quite
just
delicious.
because he's pointing out other nutnicks doesn't make him a nutnik. Okay.
No, completely understood. Here's Wiggy flying a little too close to the sun with another couple that calls in and is curious about separate bedrooms.
So here's the thing. I remember a couple of years ago, my wife was talking to a bunch of her quote unquote girlfriends. And then she'd come back and say, some of them, they have separate bedrooms. They don't even have sex with their husbands. I said, listen.
You have a separate bedroom. You have a separate bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know what you're saying. But I'm going to tell you one thing about me. I'm not in no marriage where there's that doesn't fly with me. Those fucking dudes, there's something wrong with them.
Okay.
He is so funny.
Right? How funny. How funny.
Yeah.
Isn't that bizarre? We all know she has Girl Town in both apartment and house and probably Florida. Like we know she has a separate wing. Like how is this even a conversation? This is why Ronnie's laughing in the background there because he knows. He knows that this, yeah, right. Don't ask. It's a whole thing. That's exactly right. It's so crazy to me that this is how the show goes. Okay, let's move on. So, and then of course, Robin.
Not to mention the fact that she turned his house into what must smell like the world's biggest kitty litter box.
It's horrible. It's horrible. But Robin knows all, just so you know, in terms of relationships.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, I want to hear. Here we go.
Well, listen, I don't know what's going on with everybody not having sex, but, in a marriage, I think it's important. I think you got to, what's the point?
The happiest marriages are the ones that are full of sex.
Thank you, Robin, because coming from a 72-year-old, 72-year-old spinster.
You know what? We've known Robin for, let's just round off, let's say 40 years.
Yeah.
She's been in a relationship of those 40 years.
Mr. X.
Maybe 6 months.
In
like legit. And Mr. X famously cheated on her. So there's that.
Oh, I know. I love that story. I love that we had that story.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go do some more NASCAR, honey.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, before we get to Memet, I just had a little stupidity. Here we go.
These are called power chords. Power chords.
Because just in case you didn't know that those are called power chords, Xavier.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
Power chords.
30 years ago.
Power chords. I'm still upset.
Oh my God.
Yesterday, just so you know. He's
so cringeworthy.
I know. It's just who he is. Okay, now we're getting into Memet. So so I don't know. Howard was talking about Elton John. Apparently something really fucked up is happening with Elton John. He's like gone blind or sort of blind in like one eye. And the other eye is also failing now. So he's almost blind or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
And
but is he still standing?
Yeah. Come on, did you get that? Elton John. Let me just go see what's going on with him. Elton news. Elton John says he lost eyesight following eye infection. Okay, let's take a look at that.
Jesus. Well, tell the boyfriend not to pinch you in the face.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Elton John.
That's what happened.
He's lost his eyesight following eye infection. John spoke at a charity performance for the Devil Wears Prada, the musical. Oh, that's where Donatello was as well. Elton John says he has lost sight following an eye infection earlier this year. Haven't been able to come to many of the previews because, as you know, I've lost my eyesight, so it's hard for me to see it, but I love to hear it. And boy, it sounded good tonight.
Hey, you know what? That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball.
Yeah. So it's been 4 months. He hasn't been able to see out his right eye, and his left eye.
What a shame.
So,
can you feel the love tonight?
so he's not feeling all that great right now.
Yeah.
But so they were wondering which was the best album, which was the best Elton John album. And so they get into this conversation about it. And Laundry Room is going to sing for us. Here we go. No eyes, baby, got no eyes, like a deep blue sea. Okay,
Yeah.
so Memet comes in and starts giving people shit because of AI tools and stuff like that. All right, here we go.
Oh,
I know
okay.
you
Well, I
want
just
that.
just want to say that was a perfect example because you said, hey, what does ChatGPT said? And Gary's back there, yapping away and doesn't even know you're asking the question. And I just think part of the plan would be to have somebody, if I were in those shoes, actively listening to the show at all times. There wouldn't be like long silence, guys.
I'm
going
going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. That's a good point.
I have several good points. I actually spent my Thanksgiving vacation putting together a whole plan for you, but I understand if this isn't the time, we can wait for Gary's next screw up in 10 minutes and I can come back in and do this.
In other words, what you're presenting to me is an example of you were listening to the radio, you heard I needed ChatGPT, and you sprung into action, and now we have the answer.
So basically, that's how the whole rest of the show went down. This is the entirety of the rest of the hour. Hour and 15 minutes. Memet put together a PowerPoint presentation for Howard detailing out all the different things that he would do if he were in charge, because everybody in the back room is a fat, lazy slob and doesn't really do anything. And I could probably guarantee that out of the 70 or 75 people that they have there, the moment Howard goes off air on a Wednesday afternoon, these people are doing absolute dick. They're doing the very, very bare minimum to get their jobs done. And I love that there is at least one person that is pointing it out. Yeah, Memet is getting things done. That's exactly right. So here's his take on when Gary was there with Cher. Here we go.
Cher was in here recently. Fantastic interview. Everyone in the back office loved it. There was one moment where you asked her, when you're dating these guys, do they expect good, like great sex from you?
Yeah.
And she said, yes, and they get it. The whole back office like explodes in laughter because it was a great moment. Typical Gary. Opens the door, walks up to Chris Wilde and goes, "What'd I miss?"
Hold on
like,
a second.
What do you mean?
Howard,
what did you miss?
Howard.
So you know the way this works, right? You know that Gary's never really paying attention to the show. Gary is on his phone. Gary's on his computer. Gary's talking to other people, totally not paying attention. And Memet totally like grabs this because it's the things that he's picked up on is the things that we talk about all the time. So I'm just going to keep going with this because I do kind of love listening to all of this shit. All right, here we go. Are you still there, Zave? Oh, he has us on mute. All right, here we go.
Deeper rot going on that I would like to lift the floorboards on.
But that's after the show. I don't know about that.
Because it's not just Gary. It's the whole back office, I think, needs a little bit of shaking up. Because yes, Gary is playing Wordle every day. I mean, JD sits back with his feet kicked up on the wall. John Hines shows up to work dressed like a complete slob.
How many?
We need radical change.
How many hours a day?
I love it. I love everything about this. I do. And, I know that it's probably the build up to a bit for like next year, like in January or something. I know that it's going to wind up being that like they'll put Memet in charge for a day or a week and see how that goes. Pretty sure that's absolutely going to happen. Pretty sure this is like a build up to that kind of bit. So I'm all.
I mean, it's exactly what we thought they've been doing now for the last 10 years.
Yes, of course. And it's so funny because here we're gonna go into more detail on it. So give me a second here. So
but we get to see JD eat.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that. Check this out. I thought these two clips were pretty funny.
Shows up to work dressed like a complete slob.
How many?
We need radical change.
How many hours a day during the show are you on Reddit? You're on Reddit. By the way, we asked people not to go on Reddit to look at themselves, but Memet,
we asked people not to go on Reddit
to
look at themselves.
A child who's addicted to a phone can't stay off Reddit, so he's on it all day, and I have proof of that because you literally cut and pasted something from Reddit and put it on our inside
chat on our thing. So
are you reading about? Is Gary right? Are you reading about yourself on Reddit constantly?
I've looked at Reddit, but first of all, we are an entertainment show. Looking at the internet is part of
that's not what we're talking.
So it's so funny to me that they would have
Wait, they're an entertainment show?
Yeah,
are we going to just skip over that nugget?
But the fact that they have an edict that they shouldn't go on, like, who would do that? It's not as if they're working 24/7 that they can't go home and look on Reddit. Like, they have an edict that they can't go on Reddit is so stupid to me. And I love it.
That sounds like a Marcy edict.
It just makes me want to make more threads on the Howard Stern Show forum about all these douchebags. Like, seriously, I think I want to start.
Yeah, let's not get crazy either.
I know.
Come on, you've been on the Stern forum. There be ref of freaking content too.
They really are.
It's like these nuggets are just laying there to be picked up.
Here's the second part of the Reddit thing. Hang on.
We were all told don't read about ourselves on Reddit. Specifically,
we were all told don't read about ourselves on Reddit.
Why?
This all came because you spent so much time fucking spiraling.
And you were getting upset. And he was getting upset. Yes, he was getting upset.
Please don't read about yourself.
You're a smart man. Gary is throwing a lot of smoke and dust and sand in your eyes right now. Ask yourself this. Why is he fighting my simple plan so angrily and so hard?
I'm not fighting your plan.
Yeah, you kind of are. John Doe is saying that Reddit is probably a restricted URL. Serious. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. Oh, he put us on hold. You know, that's the whole thing about being in the goddamn hospital. There's somebody in and out of your room all day and all night long. There is no sleep for the weary. So Gary then has to give a couple of digs to Memet. Like, first he said to him, you know, nobody in the back room likes you. Everybody hates you in this office. They all think you're an asshole. And he's just trying to get him, you know, going. He's just trying to get his ire up or whatever. But check this out. I mean, this is just, and the fact that this is allowed also is incredibly emblematic of how horribly this place is run. Check this out.
Leaves the office at 12:58.
Howard
1:07. The man moved 3 hours away, so he's the first one out of the office almost every day. Howard.
Oh, he lives 3 hours away. I didn't realize
3 hours
that.
away.
How's he going to do his job if he's 3 hours?
3 hours away. Check that out. 3 frigging hours away. Where could he possibly be living that he is 3 hours away from New York City?
Philly?
No, Philly's not 3 hours. Philly's only like maybe 2 hours on a good day.
Okay.
Let me look this up. Let me look at my Google.
Boston?
I'm thinking Boston, right?
Yeah. Boston seems to fit the bill.
I think so. I'm gonna look up my old zip code. I'm gonna do directions. Then I'm gonna go to
put Boston Common.
Boston, Mass. Driving time is 3 hours and 26 minutes.
Told you.
3 hours and 26 minutes. So,
everything was in Boston, but you know, like in one of the suburbs
I'm looking
of Mass.
I'm going to share this right now.
It's either that or Connecticut, right?
No, Connecticut also. Well, unless he's like in super upper Connecticut, but that's 3 hours. It's 3 hours 29 to get.
Well, you got to give commute time, give or take, you know, plus or minus.
But literally, it would be anything in this environs. It would be like Providence, Rhode Island, Worcester. I'll even give him like in here maybe somewhere, upper Connecticut. But can you imagine having a 3 hour commute to get to that friggin' show? And it being sanctioned by the Stern Show that it's okay that you can move.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not like you're driving 3 hours to be a sheet metal worker, you know?
Well, this is true. But yeah, I just don't even understand that. Did I play the whole clip?
You know how I do my job? I wake up at
12:58.
Howard
1:07. The man moved 3 hours away, so he's the first one out of the office almost every day. Howard.
Oh, he lives 3 hours away. I didn't
3
realize
hours
that.
away.
How's he going to do his job if he's 3 hours away?
You know how I do my job? I wake up at 2
You sleep
o'clock in
on
the
the
morning
train.
to get here, to make sure I'm here. I'm the first one here. Literally
Let's
this
go to-
morning, check the key cards. I'm the person who turned on all the lights in this place.
So that's the thinking there. All right, hold on. Let me see what this one is. I don't even know what this. Oh, this sounded like a cut. You let me know if you think that they took something out of
Dumped it.
Yeah, it sounds like it, but you tell me. Here we go.
Like they could
All
actually
right,
show
could you
you.
do? How long is it going to take? Because I
It'll
had
take me
other
5
things.
minutes, and
5
you're going to
minutes?
love everything if
Will
you
this
actually
be
give it a
interesting
shot.
to the audience?
Yes,
to hear
it
his
will,
plan?
Robin. Are you bored right
I'm
now?
just asking.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should do it off. This is called
Oh,
what?
my
Project
Jesus.
Well, listen,
2029.
I gave it this name because
It was a cut. I have no idea what it was, but yeah, 3
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
That's not even driving. It's by train. So yeah, it is like the old days bickering. I totally agree with you, and that's why I love it. I love that Memet is like the rebel.
Yeah, but it's more. It's a little bit more superficial than before. Before it was actual, like, there was some sort of substance behind it.
True, but what Memet is talking about, and again, if it's a setup, then so be it. But I'll embrace it. I'll embrace the setup. But it's the things that we talk about like all the time, and I love that about it. So here's one of his issues.
the next slide. Okay, so listen, if I'm executive producer for the day, and we just had the ChatGPT example, I will be actively listening to this show every second. The days of Howard going like, guys, I'm asking a question, and then minutes of silence, that's over when I am in charge for the day.
Happens all the time, right? Every time he's asking a question, you always think to yourself, there's nobody paying attention.
Hang on.
Okay. Oh, he paused us. All right. Okay, so I kind of love that. So let's move on. There's another issue that Memet has with the crew. Here we go.
Next slide, please. No more endless bathroom breaks. I mean, so many people go and take these like 30, 45-minute dumps in the middle of the show, and that's over.
Who does
what
that?
What I have for you.
I've never taken a shit during the show.
Who's taking a shit?
It's not about you, Gary. Jesus Christ. It's not about you. You know, half these people, they leave, they probably go outside, they smoke a cigarette, they hang out, they bullshit with people, they go screaming around the office. Not everybody's going to the bathroom, Memet, you big dumb.
Who's taking a shit?
That's not what people are doing. I used to sometimes take a bathroom break and I would go out. I would say, yeah, I'll be right back. And I would just leave. I would go to like Starbucks, go get a coffee or something, come back, whatever. But everybody, that's just the way life is. You can't, the Hamptons is 2.5 hours from New York City. Yeah, exactly. And so Memet is further. I don't know what his girlfriend does or his wife now. I don't know anything about her other than the couple of pictures they've shown to us online. Like, I don't know anything about their life or anything that they do. I think it's kind of curious. All right, so then I love this one. This was delicious. Just beating the shit out of John Hein.
I'm updating the dress code, okay? There's some serious issues going on with how people look. Next slide. This is probably my number one person I thought about when I thought about this. This
John
is
Hein.
not a look that represents us well. I'm sorry. You cannot have an untucked shirt with these like mom jeans and dirty sneakers. That is just not acceptable. But here's the thing. I'm not if mom jeans is his aesthetic, I don't want to change it. I want to elevate it.
Yeah, John Hein is absolutely a disgusting human being. And you cannot convince me any differently that this person tries. Because he doesn't. He doesn't try. He doesn't try to look better. And nobody will ever tell him that he has to. So therefore, he's always going to look like this guy. Like, he's always going to be this guy. Hold on, I got to pull it up for you guys. He's always going to be this guy. Oh, hi. I'm almost done. You must know that because
I know there was nothing today. It was one of the worst shows I've ever heard.
I know, but I got into like a whole Memet tirade because I love John. But this is the way John dresses. Look, this is like a classic example of what John Hein is.
A slob.
It's a slob. Look at him. He's just shitty Michigan t-shirt, shitty jeans. Always with the mom jeans, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
He's
those are
just
definitely mom jeans.
absolutely, singularly. Look. This is
Oh
how
my
he.
god, that is just hideous.
This is what you look like when being
No.
to the office.
What an absolute slob. I mean, that looks like he had it in the backseat of his car and he just decided to throw it on.
Awful. And you know what? I'm sorry, but how does your wife even appreciate that you here, look. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Two really stunningly well-dressed men to go to the big and large section.
You know, it's like those polo shirts that just look like
Ass.
blue.
'Cause they're
Yeah,
cheap.
John Hine did lose a lot of weight. Let's see.
He still doesn't look any better.
No, he doesn't. Oh, that's interesting. He's with Doug Goodstein and Richie's wife. Interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hine claims Nutrisystem. Yeah, bullshit. Mhm.
Sure. Keep going down. Oh yeah.
Mhm. Shut up, you. You dirty boy.
Yes, I am.
Look at this. Look.
I'm like, even at home, he's a slob.
Gross. Just gross.
Oh, those jeans are terrible. Jesus, that's just like giving up.
Gross. He has absolutely given up. Well, anyway, so Memet was ripping him a new asshole about how, this is not how somebody should be dressed to come into the office. And
The thing is, he's a Buckwall client. He was on TV. I mean, and
they threw him in a monkey suit on TV, though.
I understand it, but you should at least dress like you are somebody. He dresses like he is nobody.
But he really should. You really should dress the part, and it's really a shame that these guys are like this, and it's okay, and that they get away with it. I'm just not even understanding how.
I still think that JD is still the worst dressed on that entire show.
I feel like John Hine is probably a disgusting.
Oh.
John Hine's excuse was, though, that he lost a lot of weight and that he's trying to, wear things that fit him a little bit better now that he has a different body profile or something like that. Here's my favorite Memet clip, though.
He's a multimillionaire. Just go out and buy some clothes.
Who, John Hine?
Yes. He's a multimillionaire.
Not a multimillionaire.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He sold Jump the Shark for lots of money.
How much?
It was like 10 or $20 million.
No way.
Yes, it was. It was a ton of Chad, help me out on this. It was a lot of money. It was psychotic money.
For how much? Let's see.
Ida agrees with me, and that's all that matters. Ida
No,
says yes.
No.
See, Ida keeps saying yes.
No.
Ida's very smart.
Why aren't you looking? According to available information on Jump the
No,
Shark.
it was not $1 million. Please.
No.
TV Guide paid out the ass for that because they thought it was going to be
2006. What is wrong with you?
Everything's wrong with me. I listened to this show for 3 hours today.
$2 million, but that's still, there's no way. Over $1 million. That's it. That's all you get. Over $1 million.
Closer 5 to 10.
But no, which means
go down.
Yes. Here, Hine sold this company for over $1 million, which means
closer to 5 to 10 million.
5 to 10. No.
Because he lives like somebody that sold something for 5 to 10 million.
No, there's no fucking way. There's just no way. Just no way. I refuse to believe that.
This is great. Pablo Papano.
It has 89.
Mine has 89 plus BJs without dressing.
Did you see his fidget of a wife? You know that those half of those blowjobs were mistakes. Half of those blowjobs were her just bumping into him.
It was the same girl, just 89 times.
So before I play the next clip, which of course is just the best thing ever, I'll just
Set for shoes, for jacket. Right. And there are people in front of me, people behind me.
He doesn't know how to use TSA big jacket. Cheers.
Okay, literally, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these.
They're annoying.
All right. Snails. Am I grabbing it or what? Yeah, go for it.
It's hot. Oh, is it hot? Yeah. It's not hot, asshole. There we go. Okay. Oh, wow. Did I get snail review? Good. Decent.
Okay. So
Everything about this is annoying. Seriously, I hate everything about this. I hate that it's set up in French. I hate that it's in portrait. I hate everything about it. I really do.
10 minutes of content, though. Okay, so 10 minutes of content.
Yes.
Here's Memet. I love this. This is my favorite of the whole night.
So, all right. No more and Blit. No more vacations on Howard's dime. If we send you somewhere exotic for the show, say to Paris, and the material you come back with is not good enough for Howard to play, it's going to be like you showing up at a restaurant without your wallet. You are going to work that shit off and pay Howard back every dime.
How?
Well, what kind of work does Howard need done? Well, I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
I'll
There's
tell you
plenty
what
to
I
do
need.
around here.
I need JD to mow my lawn is what I.
So absolutely. How are these people able to go to Paris on the company's dime thinking this is going to be a great bit? It's going to be great. We're going to film it. It's going to be amazing. There's literally 10 minutes of clippage that they have used thus far. And when was this trip?
It was during the Summer Olympics. So it was June, right?
18 weeks
yeah. Set to yeah.
18 weeks ago. 1, 2, 5. And then
Jesus wept.
4.5 months. 4.5 months.
And they still haven't played a damn thing from it.
Not a
So
thing.
next year we get to hear it.
Not a thing. Horrible.
And today he got to nothing he announced he was going to do. He didn't have time to get the victory laps today.
No.
But he filled it up with nothing and didn't get the victory laps.
Or annoying.
So tomorrow's going to be very busy with victory laps and Noin.
Yeah. You know, I feel like he's going to have one more guest in the kicker this year.
He doesn't. No, he would already announced it.
I don't know.
And who's going to promote anything now?
Well,
Everything that's big is out.
I mean, you're so right about the fact that nobody from Wicked came in. Nobody from it's
hell. We could have got the girls from Wicked. They were literally going everywhere to promote that goddamn movie. Seriously.
And let's go back to, how do you not have Colin Farrell in from Penguin? Like, seriously,
I don't know.
Something that is like totally up his alley. And how is it that you talk so much about all these shows that you love, Yellowstone and all this other bullshit, and you don't have a single person on? You had Kevin
Costner, but before his bad movie.
He was already kicked off the show at that point.
I mean, literally, the creator of that show, he keeps creating shows, and they advertise on Sirius, and Howard has never had the guy on. He's never had him on.
It's psychotic to me.
He has like 5 shows now on Paramount Plus.
I don't even understand. And the guy makes such a ton of money, and uses his ranch, uses his friends. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me that this is how it happens. I don't know. I think it's kind of insane.
Literally, this show is so irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, I know.
That they can't get anybody. Now, I was thinking about this yesterday afternoon. I was thinking, who has come on this show that culturally is in the last year, that's culturally at their peak? Who has been on in the last year culturally at their peak? Let's think about this for a second. Has there been a person that is relevant to culture they're at their peak, where everybody knows their name, and they didn't have albums 10 years ago or
okay. And you're talking, how recent are we going?
This year, 2024.
Yeah, because all I could think of was like Billie Eilish when she was really just kind of.
That was years ago. You realize how long ago that was?
I know.
Okay.
I don't know. Do we have
one pop culture
this year?
What?
Do we have a running list of who was on this year?
Jelly Roll, really? Jelly Roll, I think his day is past.
Charlie XCX?
Charlie XCX also, she's been out forever.
I don't know. I think Jelly Roll is still fairly topical.
Yeah, but he was. It's not like his original being topical. That was like 2 years ago. I remember seeing him on a midday show like last year or the year before.
John Doe says Rogan. Yeah, okay.
He hasn't been on the show in almost a decade. Billy Strings. Pearl Jam. Yeah, if it was 1996.
How'd that work out? How did that work out?
Oh my God, here it is. Rupert Pumpkin always with the win. Billie Eilish was October of 2019. It's five years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Holy Christ.
Wow. And now she's all lesbian and shit now. She's like totally weird. Freaky.
She's freaky.
Who did a song with Charlie XCX this summer? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think anybody's been that is huge in pop culture that is new has been on this show since 2019. I mean, honestly,
what was the chick name that we loved who was just so horrible on there? Oh, Aubrey Plaza, but
she's been around.
40, yeah, she's not the newest.
She's almost 40.
Green Day, Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, no, none of this. No Kardashians. I mean, nobody. There's nobody. There's nobody. Puzzle.
I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, he has nobody that's current, nobody that's in the main vein of pop culture comes on this show anymore.
Sure.
And I mean, and
Biden is the only person, and Kamala Harris, and they're presidential nominees. There's only two people that in their time period were relevant to.
Yeah, I guess, but they're still.
But still,
old.
No, I don't think that counts. I don't really.
That doesn't really count.
Yeah,
They're
I get it. I get what you're saying, but no.
I mean, but honestly, that's why no movies come in because, I mean, he doesn't strike that audience anymore.
He's got nothing.
Nobody from Gladiator came in, and that movie needed all the help it can get, and literally no one from that movie came in.
What about the Joker musical? I mean, that
oh God, that could have used a lot of help.
It could have used the help. Lady Gaga could have come in. She could have I don't know. Right? I mean, I guess it's because he chooses who he wants to listen to these days. And, he just wants people that he's interested in.
But he's interested in is not very interesting to anyone else.
No
one cares. I mean, honestly, no one cares.
Oh, remember, you're right, Jose. Remember J-Lo canceled?
Yeah, but J-Lo was hot 25 years ago.
Well, that's true. I mean, she was only she was only relevant because of her marriage to Ben Affleck. So in terms of pop culture, in the gossip columns, perhaps, but not in terms of anything she's done that's intrinsically special. All right, let me continue my clips. I only have 2 more to go. So hang on a second here. Please give me a moment, my friends, and let's finish this out. Hold on. Okay, vacation on Howard's dime. Okay, and then Memet continues. I only have 2 more clips. Here we go.
I'm wrapping this up. I have one more. So, okay.
All right, one more. Go ahead.
Gary's inner circle in this pre-show meeting is just a human centipede. Next slide of people with their tongues up each other's asses, trying to I agree with you. I know I agree with you. You're the best. You're the best. No, I want a few disruptors in there. I want people who are hungry to make the show better. And so that's what I'll be doing.
I love it. And I'm hoping that this becomes a bit for next season. I'm really hoping this becomes a January bit that they actually do.
I have a feeling Memet may be around it by January, though.
I think that Howard likes this. I think that he likes this.
Because it's the only thing interesting.
He's a giant pussy. He won't do it.
He is a giant pussy. He has never done it.
And then after the whole thing about what a disgusting slob John Hein is and how he dresses and everything, John Hein had come in to talk about something or another. They said, "Oh, it looks nice. That's okay. That outfit is perfectly fine." And this, you forget that this comes from a man who sits in his home and wears the same hooded sweatshirt.
Yes.
That he has had for at least 8 to 10 years.
Oh yeah,
with his dad jeans and his not even
house
new
shoes,
his house Skechers,
house Skechers.
So consider the source, and you beget what you give. This is who you are. I'll never forget when my company introduced Casual Friday, and the fucking guys took such advantage of it because girls can always look good in boots and a pair of jeans and like a cute t-shirt and a blazer. The fucking guys would come in with like these disgusting cargo pants or like jeans that were like ripped with their like Merrells or New Balance sneakers, and everybody's like, no, this is not what Casual Friday means. This is,
It sounds casual to me.
yeah, you take it over the edge. You work in the fashion world. You don't
That's
come
fashion. From my understanding, ripped jeans is a fashion thing.
No, not when it's because they're so old that they have actually eroded.
That means they're pre-distressed.
They're eroded. They're eroded. Doesn't no, Dennis, you're not allowed. Okay, you're not allowed. So here we are, end of show. So here's what you missed today. We started out talking about Botox.
Oh, I heard it. And
we
then
went
Botox, Holtox, Ronnie.
Botox. Then
Ronnie somehow or the other was still part of that. An hour and a half on this most boring, nauseating, disgusting topic.
Ronnie
that
got
I did
like
not
a
care about.
$25,000 F1 simulator for his birthday.
NASCAR.
Sorry.
From his NASCAR friend.
I did a little bit on the doctor talking about Holtox. I just did it for reaction from you because you were like, I'm hanging up. I'm not listening. I'm taking.
Oh, I couldn't. I literally just pulled my earplugs out.
Then of course Xavier chimes in and he's like, "Oh no fucking way! Is this why I'm here now to listen to this shit?"
I literally had just finished breakfast and I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Okay, and then we talked about the separate bedrooms, flying a little too close.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely hilarious. I'm like, dude, talking about married people not in the same room. We all know that Beth has.
All know. Everybody knows
town.
This. Everybody knows this. In all three homes, everybody knows.
In all three homes, Beth doesn't sleep in the same part of the house.
Robin chiming in her 2 cents with happy marriages. Like really,
yeah, Robin giving marriage advice today was absolutely just priceless.
Robin giving any advice is actually
well, she can give advice on eating.
Not warranted. It's just not warranted.
But not anything else.
Yeah, and the rest of it was just basically about Memet and how he's trying to rabble rouse again. So that said, here is end of show. Here we go.
Chris is like John Hine. Where's Memet? All right, Robin. Anyway, that's I got to get out of here anyway. I got a lot of shit to do. We're getting together tomorrow anyway, so there's going to be a whole gab fest. I know there's a bunch of people hanging on the phone. Forgive me if you can call back tomorrow, please do. But the phone lines, I got to go, is what I'm saying. Don't ask. I tell you what I have to do, but I don't want to bore you.
What do you have to do, dude? You have a show that they pay you millions of dollars to do, and you didn't even do 3 hours. You did 2 hours and 56 minutes.
Yeah,
you didn't do a 3-hour show today.
What time did he tap out?
He tapped out at 10:05.
10:05.
10:05. He tapped out. It's like
he didn't really necessarily start at 7 anymore either.
7:01 is when the Great American Nightmare started.
That's right. So it's not.
And the commercial break was 9 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 10 minutes there.
One?
What?
They only had one?
He had one commercial break right after all the Botox, Holtox, Ronnie, goddamn sex talk. They had one break, and it was 9 minutes long. So 10:10 would have been a 3-hour show. 10:05, they just
out in Zine.
They did the skip. They're gone. And I mean, literally, it was just. And that ending is like, I have things to do.
Don't ask.
Dude.
What do you have to do? This is your primary function.
This is your job, man. Like, you're at home too. It's like literally.
We pay you, and you do a show.
Yeah, they pay you a lot of money.
And that's basically how it works. So the fact that you are contractually obligated to only give us 3 hours, and you're barely giving us that. You are barely giving us that.
I don't know how the hell he can justify today is 3 hours. I mean, seriously, I don't know how they can literally. That Sirius XM should dock him a day just because this was not a 3-hour show. There wasn't 35 minutes of content in today's show.
No,
there really wasn't. And he stretched it out to 2 hours and 55 minutes.
Yeah, it was just horrible. It was just
really. I mean, it boggled my mind that this is how they're just gonna kind of drag themselves to the end with just, I mean, there's not even like an attempt to do something of interest. It's actually uninteresting.
Tendrils, my mom's employees asked about Casual Friday. I think she laughed so hard in their faces they never asked again out of shame. I'm a little behind on what the chat was saying, but I don't even really know.
But I just, having listened for so long, we're not even at the point where he's trying to, load anything up. Remember, he used to load at the end of the year. That didn't happen. It really didn't. I mean, he had 2 mediocre guests on, and that was it. I mean, honestly, there's been a lot of just nothing. He brings up stuff, and then he just ends up killing time with just stuff no one wants to hear.
No.
I mean, just no one wants to hear. And I mean, if you can't believe he's not on next week after listening to the way he ended today's show, he is not on. He is not on next week. He is
It'll
gone.
be interesting to hear. First off, we'll see if Ronnie's coming into New York. I'd be interested to know if that's
Well,
actually.
when's their, we have no idea when their Christmas party is.
Let me see if I can reach out to some people and see if anybody knows. I will see if I can find out when that is.
Because it's got to be soon. Because I think he's speding off to Florida. I think he told Beefus, the old man bones don't like being in the cold.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think he's out.
He may want to. Honestly, they may stay because it's Ashley's baby's first Christmas. They might
fly him down to Florida.
Baby, who the fuck wants that typhoid Mary around? Let's be honest.
Well, it doesn't. Well, it'll be in a different part of the 20,000 square foot home.
His mother's last Christmas. Who knows?
Does he really care?
I don't know.
I don't think he does.
Advocate. That's all.
He really doesn't give a. He doesn't.
I don't personally give a shit, but I'm just curious what they're gonna do.
He doesn't give a shit if Ray dies. He really doesn't. He really does. He really doesn't. He does not give the appearance or the. Yeah. What's this?
Tweedledee says, "Can you please talk about how out of touch he is by saying the bit about satellite radio doesn't have commercials? What the fuck? It's packed full of commercials. Does he not listen back to his show? They are contractually obligated to play those stupid commercials. That's what they do. That's what they do. Rules for thee and not for me. That's the way it works.
The other way that Sirius XM gets around it, because they play commercials on the music stations, but they get around it because they're saying, "Oh, it's an announcement for this band we're about to play." It's a commercial. It's a commercial for their concert that's coming up.
That's right.
That's a commercial. That's not just happenstance.
Jeremy Harrelson has a thought. I think Beth is already down there in Florida. He's been curiously silent in mentioning Beth. No, but
yes,
let's see. Let's
go on Stupid Graham.
Go to the old Stupid Graham.
Let's go to the Stupid Graham.
Music for all of our stupid things that we go to. Let's see if we can find
Stupid Graham.
Beth Stern. All right, here we go.
It's got to be colder than hell up there right now. It's got to be miserably cold. If I'm freezing down here in Florida, it's got to be miserably cold up there.
Oh, I'm so cold. I
can't take this. I really can't. I'm wanting to get back to 80. I know these are Florida problems. I know.
It's chilly though. It is chilly. Dennis, you didn't hear the story that I just told Xavier as well.
No.
So my car that hit the deer.
Yes.
I just heard from the place I had to bring it to fix it.
Yes.
And they're saying it's totaled. It's unfixable.
See,
and the insurance company isn't going to fix it.
See, and that's what happens when you run over Bambi and don't stop.
But it's so drivable, though. Am I allowed to take that car back?
Yes, you can. You can tell the insurance company, "I want the car back."
But they'll still give me the money for it, right?
Yes.
So I can tell them that.
Yes, you can.
Interesting.
Yes, you can. What happened to headlight? Well, does it have LED headlights?
Yes.
There's $5,000 right there.
There's approved for $8,000 worth of repair, and it's beyond that apparently.
Well, the headlights are probably like $5,000 by themselves with labor.
I know. What do you do?
Wait, Mo, show me the picture. Wait,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Show me the picture. Yes. I have the picture. Hold on.
She runs over Bambi, doesn't stop for hundreds of
Oh.
miles.
Oh my God, shut up. Here, Dennis, look.
All right, let me see this. Let me take a look at this. Oh.
They're saying it's unfixable, Dennis.
Well, it's because it's the headlight. That's thousands right there. The hood is another 1,000. Fender 1,000.
Hey, I got approved for $8,000.
Yeah, but the headlight is probably 5 with labor. And then the paint, because they had to paint the hood and the whole fender and then the bumper.
Come on, it's so drivable.
It's probably like. Well, I mean, I don't know who you. I would actually ask for a second opinion on this, because that
it's crazy.
Unless there's no airbag went off.
No.
Okay. And I can't see any structural damage.
The whole way to Florida.
This doesn't appear to be any structural. It's the headlight. You got to get a second opinion on it. That's bullshit. I call bullshit. I call bullshit.
Right?
I call bullshit on that, because
you have a guy.
Sorry, you got to prove the $8,000, and that's maybe $3,000 in the light.
I'll go with 8. I think 8 is justified.
Yeah.
Do you have a guy?
I have a guy that can paint.
No, I need obviously everything done.
Well, I mean, he can assemble and he can paint.
No, but that doesn't help me.
Well, you can put the headlights in. I can put the headlight in.
I could just get one in the used market, right?
Yeah, I can put the headlight in. I have the tool to program it. So, why are you doing this to me? What have I done to you?
Peter Pumpkin met his new mom yesterday.
Good Christ. What happened? She a burn victim?
Look at Courtney.
Oh my God, she has a 6 head.
That's in the city.
She has a lot on her mind.
Let's see, what else do we have with Beth?
Not
showing her chesticles.
Those beanbags, huh? Oh yeah, wait, this hallway one. I love it. The maid lets the cat out in the hallway to annoy everyone.
And everybody knows, because I've mentioned it 1,000 times, but I looked at an apartment on this floor, which is always so insane to me. I could have been living right there. Like, I literally
could have done.
I could have been
open the door and just snatch the cat.
Screaming, "Get that fucking cat at all!"
Just snatch it.
Yes.
I'm taking it to ASPCA. Stop this.
Look out, neighbors. There's a new hallway inspector in the building. Magoo is now on duty. Oh, boy.
Magoo? Is he blind? I mean, why would you call him Magoo?
Probably.
It looks like he has 2 eyes.
Yeah. All right,
wait, I love oh, God. Stop with the calendar.
Uncle Melon would like you to know that our 2025 calendar also serves as a great chin scratcher. To get one while supplies last, please visit Beth's Fairy Friends. 100% of the proceeds save lives.
Wait. I love that. Now, what does that really mean? 100%?
Okay, here's what that means. Somebody donated the printing of said calendar.
Yes.
Right? So somebody donated the printing of the calendar. So less the cost of shipping and handling, whatever she's charging for it goes into the Beth's Fairy Friends kitty.
No. It says save lives.
That's what it means.
No.
Beth's Fairy Friends. It's not North Shore Animal League.
But it doesn't say 100% goes to Beth's Furry Friends. It doesn't just say 100% goes to my charity. It says save lives. It could be a lot of things. It could be that it needs a new bag to save its life. It needs new shoes to save its life.
Oh, now you're just nitpicking.
Why not? That's what I'm here for, right?
Get cozy, Magoo. Good night and God bless. Now you know that this cat is in New York City.
Yes.
You know that she's not in New York City. So whoever's doing this is somebody who lives in their apartment or is in their apartment on a constant basis, helping out with cats that have to be in New York for some inexplicable reason.
You know why? You can't write off the space if there are no cats there.
And this is true.
And so
Girlstown is being written off for sure.
Absolutely. Oh wait, what's this disturbing? Oh Jesus Christ!
Cookies.
That's really wow. That's a lot of black cats.
That's a lot of black cats.
I like black cats.
I have no
Wait,
problem.
what's this disturbing picture on the left side there? What? Oh my dear Christ!
Oh, I can't believe she's still alive. My goodness.
God, one-eyed Pete. There's one-eyed Pete.
Good night and God bless, Bella. Good night and God bless. Magoo. Look at lots of Magoo pouring into town.
Well, you know, a lot of free
New York.
A lot of free time in New York City there.
All finished with eye meds. She's very pretty, actually. I like
That's
this
a nice cat.
Yeah.
Aww.
I do like this cat's face.
That's a cute cat.
Yeah, she's a pretty cat. She's a pretty girl.
Unfortunately, it's there. Oh, is that the? Oh God.
This shitty fat rat cat. Nope, some more kittens.
There's my kittens, but it's not kitten season.
She's got to be wrapping up soon. No.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been dumping all the cats, right? You know, that's just like the Empire dumps its garbage before they go to hyperspace.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time. These cats are all going to go bye-bye.
She hasn't really been putting out too much of herself lately. I must give her that.
No, one-eyed Pete has been.
To be fair, if I go back to here, this is only 2 days ago. This is literally only 2 days.
That's 2 days ago?
This is 2 days.
I see it has no way. How many posts does it have now? Holy crap!
58,700.
Wow, I just remember it passing 55,000 not that long ago.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There it is. Oh, look at those big man hands. Oh, look at Dimmer.
Yeah. All right. I've had enough of this. And you know what? You're coming in a little late, to be fair, but you know, I'm pretty much done.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you know,
I actually have a life outside of this.
I don't care. Being a snurch late, sir. Snurch.
I was a snurch.
This is a snurch.
All
right, my friends. So that is it for us today. We have another day tomorrow to give you all sorts of incredible and wonderful information pertaining to Howard Stern and the Stern Show. Memet, thank you for the entertainment today. We really
love you, Memet.
Remember to follow DJ's Classic Garage, and he will tell us all about anything interesting he has going on tomorrow.
Yes, I will tomorrow.
Leaving,
so much going on. Just like and subscribe, please.
Xavier, feel better, and and we shall see you. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.